So good afternoon everyone. Myself Dr. Pratiksha Kokate, Professor and Head, Department of Botany from Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola. So today we will focus on the topic floral diagram and floral formula of family Brassicaceae. So Brassicaceae is the family specifically consists of number of vegetables in it. This family was also known as the family Cruciferae. So this Cruciferae name was given to this family from the character, that is presence of cruciform corolla. So this is one of the important characteristic of the family Brassicaceae. Now in this diagram I have shown you the inflorescence axis of the family Brassicaceae, because we have to focus only on the floral structure of the family Brassicaceae. Now inflorescence in case of the Brassicaceae is raceme type of inflorescence. It is having the raceme type of inflorescence. In the photo you can see that at the lower side these are the older flowers, and at the apical region the flowers they are young in condition. So buds they are present at the upper region, while the older flowers they are present in the lower region. So the inflorescence type is of raceme type. Now in this you can also see the type of the corolla, that is cruciform type of corolla is seen. Specifically this corolla is present in a crisscross manner. So they are exactly opposite. Their number is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 number of petals they are present, and these petals they are arranged in a opposite manner or in a crisscross manner. So in case of the Brassicaceae, number of petals and number of sepals they are 4 in number. So this flower is known as the tetramerous flower. That is again one of the important characteristic of family Brassicaceae. Now we will focus on the detailed structure of the flower of Brassicaceae. Now the family Brassicaceae is having the following floral diagram with floral formula. When we will start drawing the floral formula, the important thing what we have to do, we have to draw first of all the mother axis, and with reference to the mother axis we will draw the other whorls of the flower. And now you all know the every flower generally consists of the 4 whorls. Now these 4 whorls, these are the outermost, that is the calyx, then corolla, then androecium, and in the center there is presence of gynoecium. Now the calyx will consist of the members which are called as the sepals. Corolla consists of petals. Here the stamens are present in the androecium, while the gynoecium constitutes the carpels. Now we have to count first of all the number of the calyx, that is the sepals, petals, stamens, carpels, etc. to describe the flower. So in that first of all we have to start with its top. So in the inflorescence axis you can see there is a prominent stalk is present, which is called as the pedicel. So we call the flower as a pedicellate flower, as it is having the stalk, that is called as the pedicel. So flower is pedicellate in case of the Brassicaceae. Then after the pedicel we have to observe, is there presence of any bract or not. Presence of bract and bracteole we have to observe, and if it is present, if bract is present we call the flower as a bracteate. If bracteole is present we call the flower as a bracteolate. But as in this case both bracteole and bract is totally absent, we call the flower as ebracteate and ebracteolate type of flower. Then we will move on to the important whorl, which are the non-essential whorls, that is the calyx and corolla. Then next are the two whorls, androecium and gynoecium, which are the essential whorls. So we will move on to the focus on the calyx whorl. Now we have to count the number of sepals. So first of all, count the number of sepals. Their number is 4. Then next to the number, we have to see are they free or fused. If they are free, we will call them as a polysepalous. In this case, they are free, so we call them as polysepalous. After that, we have to see its arrangement. How they are arrangement means their estivation. Are they present in a valvate manner, then quinquential or imbricate manner? So in this case, they are arranged in a valvate manner. Then we have to mention about its shape. In this case, it consists of a pouch-like structure. So it consists of such type of pouch-like structure here. So we have to mention about its shape and then about its color. How is the color? So it is green in color in case of the Brassicaceae. So this much we have to mention about the calyx. Then we will move on to the petal. In that case also, we will go to count the number of petals. Number of petals, they are 4. Are they free or fused? So they are free. So we will call them as polypetals. How they are arranged? Which type of estivation is there? The estivation is, in this case also, it is valvate, as they are arranged in end-to-end manner. No overlapping is there. So it is the valvate type of estivation. Then you mention its form or its shape. So we will write here typical cruciform type of corolla is present here, which is consisting claw and limb structure. So cruciform type of corolla, we have to mention the type of the corolla. Then about its color. How is its color? So in this case, its color is yellow. Is there any presence of hairs or glands on the petals? That also you have to mention while describing the petals, sepals, etc. Then next whorl is inner to that is the androecium whorl, which consists of the member stamens. So we have to count the number of stamens. So stamens, they are 6 in number. So number of stamens, that is 6. How they are arranged? They are arranged in 2 rings. They are arranged in 2 rings. The outer ring consists of the 2 and inner ring consists of 4. So 2 rings are present. Are these rings, they are united or free? The stamens, they are united or free? That we have to see. If they are free, in this case they are free from one another, so we call that condition as polyandrous condition. And as the stamens, they are present in 2 rings, 2 outer, 4 inner. So outer one is smaller in size, the inner one is larger in size, having the long stamens. These are having the short stamen, so their height is different. So this condition is known as tetradynamous condition. This is again one of the important characteristic which is seen in case of, or the characteristic feature of the family Brassicaceae, presence of tetradynamous condition. Then after that, are these stamens, they are extrose or introse? So in this case, as they are pointing towards the outer side, we call these stamens as a extrose type of stamen. Then next is carpels. So we will count the number of carpels. The number of carpels, that is 2. They are 2 in number, but as they are fused, we will call them as a syncarpous. Syn means fused. So both the carpels, they are fused with each other. We call them as the syn. Then we will see the position of the ovary. The position of the ovary is above the thalamus. Thalamus is present. and from the thalamus the ovary is present, and from the base of the ovary all the whorls they are coming out, that is the calyx, corolla, androecium, androecium. So we call this position of the ovary as a superior. So in this case its position is superior in nature. Now important characteristic about the gynoecium in this case is that it has the placentation which is of parietal type. Parietal means the ovules they are, this is the placentation. The placentation is seen in the transverse section of the ovary. This transverse section of the ovary shows the ovary wall, then this is the locule, and these are the yellow colored ovules. So these are the ovules, locules and ovary wall. These are the important parts of the transverse section of the ovary. So when we cut the transverse section of the ovary, we will see the placentation type. So in that, the arrangement of the placenta or arrangement of the ovule is important. Now in this case, you can see the ovules, they are coming from the wall of the ovary. Their origin is here. So placenta they are present here. So the placentation is parietal in nature. Now in this case, the two carpels they were having the same locule first in the beginning, but later on what happens, those two carpels which were united and having the single locule there, but afterwards in latter condition such type of septum is formed there. This septum is known as the reticulum. This is not the true septum, this is the false septum, and it is called here in this case as a reticulum, and the ovules they are coming in this way. So first of all, in the prior condition the structure was like this. Single ovary was there, single locule was there after the fusion, but later on such type of reticulum or the false septum is formed. So the structure of the gynoecium, that is the ovary in transverse section, looks like this. So the number will be 2 in its count. So and the placentation is parietal in nature. So we will now go for the floral formula for this floral diagram. As the bract is absent, it is abracteate. Bracteole is also absent, it is ebracteolate. The flower is actinomorphic. Then what is the meaning of actinomorphic? When you divide the flower into two in this way, in any diagonal plane, both the parts, this part as well as this part, they are having the same structure, similar structure, they are symmetrical to one another, then that flower is known as actinomorphic type of flower. Then as both the sex organs they are present, that is gynoecium and androecium, we call that flower as a bisexual flower. So this is the abbreviation for the we use for the bisexual flower. Then calyx one consists of 4 number of petals, but they are arranged in 2 different whorls. So we have written here it as a 2 plus 2. Then next whorl is which is represented by C, that is corolla. Calyx whorl is represented by K in the floral formula. Corolla whorl is represented by C, consisting of the petals. The number of petals 4, they are arranged in the same whorl. So we have written here, but as they are free from one another, we have written it like 4 here. Then androecium is there, next one, which consists of the 6 stamens. The stamens they are arranged in 2 whorls, that is outer consisting 2 and inner consisting 4. These outer 2 are shorter and 4, that is inner, they are longer in length. Tetradynamous condition. The innermost one, the important central one is the gynoecium consisting 2 carpels which is fused. So syncarpus with the superior ovary. So this is about the family Brassicaceae. Thank you.